Okay, well, we're gonna start the show, everybody. Hello. Welcome to
I Have a Strange Story podcast.
This is a podcast where two sisters retell people's strange and paranormal stories and experiences. I'm Lindsey.
I'm Rebekah.
We're both leaning in like this. Everybody who listens to this show, we're recording live with the video. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just pull this out like that. I think it makes me a little more official.
Be a singer.
Did everybody immediately started listening to me as soon as I did this? Anyways, this is the show. Here we are. Becky and I are still together in the same location, recording, of course. And we make it another treat of recording again next week because it fucking looks like I can't drive back to Texas.
Yeah.
The roads are awful. Like, it's not that I can't get out of Colorado. I can't make it to Texas.
Once you get to Texas, you will be stuck in traffic.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able... No, the roads would be shut down because you take all the back roads.
Right.
I think it's back roads, or it's like the only way to get here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking stuck here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy about it.
Stuck here. That's what I was saying.
I hate it here. Yeah. So...
Okay. So, today we actually kind of did something... Well, you have some announcements.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, let her get that stuff out of the way.
Yeah, so I just have a couple of things that I'm going to bring up today. So I think that we're going to start doing these live Instagram shows every Thursday. We really enjoyed it. We really like interacting with you guys and seeing what you have to say and stuff like that. And so I think that we're probably going to post the show instead of Sundays to Thursdays.
Yeah. Unless
we have a guest, because then we have to record them like on Zoom, so that time we won't even have a live Instagram show. So just to let you guys know. And I think that we're going to try to still do it 6 p.m. Thursdays.
Yeah, I think so. 6 p.m. Thursdays is what we're aiming for. Well, 6 p.m. your time.
Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Central.
For those Texas peeps, yeah.
Sorry.
Is it 7?
No, it's not. It's 7.
It's 7. She doesn't live in Texas. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Did you have any other announcements?
No.
That's it.
Mm-mm.
Besides, we're here. So today we actually wanted to do something a little more themed in the spirit of Mike, who always thinks of things that are themed. We wanted to do something that was themed like Valentine's Day, because I think Valentine's Day is Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And it's the 14th of February. I know that for sure.
I think it's on Sunday. I don't know.
Okay.
So that's our theme. So I came to us today with a show with a story that maybe isn't really paranormal, but I think it's interesting, and it kind of taps into a little bit of other stuff I'm interested in, because I am into like mafia shit, but like more like, The Sopranos. Not like the, I don't know a lot about like real shit, but like, I like The Godfather and all that shit. So I of course chose the St. Valentine's Day massacre. So I'm going to tell you guys about what this day is and what happened. So this is in 1929. So let's go back to 1929. And I think that this is in New York. I really don't know where it is. Valentine's Day massacre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what happened was there were 5 men from one gang, and the gang was called George Bugg's Gang, and it was the North Side Gang. And I also would like to comment on the names of gangs from back in the day. Like, there was another gang that was called the Purple Gang. Like, we're the Purple Gang. And what was the movie that what is it, that fucking Gangs of New York? If y'all haven't seen that, that's a really good movie, and they have all the different gangs in it. And they have one called the Dead Rabbits, and like, that's a cool name.
Yeah, that's
right. They're Irish, right? I'm Irish. And so, like, I thought that was really cool. But some of these names they're kind of fucking silly, right? Okay. So we've got, the North Side Gang. And so what happened was they were told about some whiskey that they were going to be able to go pick up from this garage. So this gang gets together. They have 2 of these trucks. They're all empty. And they head to this garage. It's in, I think it's called Lincoln Park Garage. Yeah. And so they're fucking excited. They're going to get all this free whiskey that allegedly was Capone's whiskey. And they were stealing the whiskey from Capone. He was supposed to be getting it, but they went to go get it instead. So they kind of have a rivalry going on. So they head up to the garage, and everyone is dressed really fucking nice. Like, I think this is back in the day when, like, because imagine in the 60s, we used to get dressed up to get on airplanes. Not me. People. And then, like, we wear, like, tights.
Sweat joggers. Yeah.
But, like, these people got fucking dressed up for this occasion. They're ready to go. They're going to get this whiskey. So they get there with the trucks. There's 5 of them so far. They're there at about 10:30. So the leader of their gang, well, he's fucking late because he left his apartment late. So he doesn't arrive with them. So these 5 guys arrived with the trucks. They're in there and they're doing some work on the trucks because I guess that's what we did back in the days. We worked on cars. Like, we knew how to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more mechanical work than it was like computer work.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. It sounds like your husband knows IT stuff.
I mean, I just said that.
You did just say it. But it made me think of John saying it. I apologize.
That's okay.
It sounds like something John would say.
Probably.
Okay, but you said it. I apologize.
No worries.
Okay, so finally the leader shows up. His name is Moran. I think that's what it is, but I can't read my handwriting, so I apologize for that. So he walked up to the back of the parking lot of the garage, and what he saw from the side was a police car entering. And so he was like, fuck this shit, I'm not going in there. He took off, and he had his other partner with him. And they ran into a coffee shop. And so they're in there, and as they're in there, they see another one of their gang members walking up. And they're like, don't fucking go, there's cops there, like, stay back here. And so they get out of it, and they're just kind of waiting. And then one more guy shows up that's with their gang, and he also saw that police car. And he jotted down the license plate of it, and then he fucking took off. Mm-mm. So, like, imagine you knowing your party is gonna get killed. Right? You're just watching.
Yeah.
They're gonna get killed. Okay. So we got the license plate, blah, blah, blah. So the next thing that happens is this Cadillac pulls up to the front of this parking garage. And out of this car comes 4 men. 2 men are dressed like civilians, and then there's 2 police officers with them. So they walk up to where these guys are working on the truck, this gang, right? And the police officers tell them to line up against the wall. So the 5 gangsters complied. They lined up against the wall. And to their surprise, 2 shotguns were pulled out. One had like 20 rounds in it, and the other had like a 50 round like barrel attached to the bottom of it. Wow. So they lined the 5 guys up, and then they just like sprayed them with bullets. Like they just, they talk about, they go into a lot of detail. I mean, they just went back and forth and like fucking shot the hell out of these guys. And even when some of them were on the ground, they walked up to them and shot them in the face.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
man.
It was pretty brutal. And like the brick from that parking garage is all fucked up, and you can see the bullet holes and all of that stuff. So so then what happens is these guys are fucking clever. These police officers, if you haven't guessed, they weren't police officers. They were gangsters dressed up like police officers. As they exit the parking garage, they have the 2 other gangsters in civilian clothes walk out with their hands up. And the police officers behind them, kind of like, we got this under control. It's going to be okay. They act like they arrest them, and they fucking take off. So it's like the fucking heist of a lifetime, right?
Yeah. Like,
people are smart and resourceful. I'm not applauding what happened here, but, like, what an interesting, like, what a, like, turn of events, right?
They Ocean 11'd that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Jason Bourne. They Jason Bourned it. Okay, so they sprayed the bullets. Okay, but here's the thing, is that there was one survivor. He had 14 fucking bullets in him. And he survived. They got him to the hospital. They stabilized him enough to where the police were like, who fucking did this? And this guy in like true gangster form was like, nobody shot me. And then he died. And then he died. He wouldn't say who it was.
What's the point of
that part? What the fuck,
What's
dude?
the point?
I don't know. I think I'd be bitter, but I don't know the gangster life. You know, like,
that's
I don't
surprising
understand
to me.
it.
I would have figured this girl knew the gangster life.
Yeah. So that he died, but there was another survivor, and I think we're all going to be really fucking happy about this. The other survivor was a dog, and his name was Highball.
Oh, thank God.
I know. You know they're not true sociopaths if they don't kill animals.
Okay.
I don't know. I was just happy that the dog wasn't killed. Yeah. Okay, so here's some more facts about where this took place. So the garage that this happened in has been demolished. It doesn't exist anymore, but there is a nursing home on that location now. There were bricks that were taken from there that had the bullet holes in them, and those are actually in a museum. There's a mob museum in Las Vegas, for those of you who didn't know. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah, so those, fucking microphone. So those bricks are there. Okay, and then let me give you some follow-up to what happened with the story. So this was on February 14th, right? It's Valentine's Day that this happened, if that wasn't clear. So on the 22nd of February, they actually found that sedan that pulled up. The sedan that pulled up that was used by the 2 police officers and the civilians. So they found it in a parking garage. It was tore apart, like demolished, and it was on fire. And so what they did, though, is they got to determine who owned the car. And the car, it's this crazy trace back to actually, like, they had it registered at a restaurant. And then they had to be like, okay, so it's not an address. Who works here? And they, like, had to dig down to find out how the fuck did they get away with this, right? Mm-hmm. And so they boil it down to a guy who was on Al Capone's gang. Do you know what Capone's gang was called?
A mob.
Oh, that's it?
Isn't that what they're called? Isn't it?
Well, yeah, they're a mob, but I mean, like, was he the Purple Gang?
Oh, shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of his gang was. Maybe somebody else knows, and they can tell us. Hey, girl! So what they did is they discovered who it was linked to somehow. They raided their home, and they found a ton of shit that they needed. They found the guns that were used to kill everybody in the garage. They found a bunch of stolen money. And so this guy naturally took off. So he took off, and he's trying to run from the police, right? They've identified that he has these weapons, blah, blah, blah. As they're chasing him, one of the police officers actually jumped on his car to get him, and he shot him 3 times and killed him.
Holy shit.
And then he was found a year later in Missouri.
Damn.
Yeah. So he went to jail. He died in jail in 1940. This main guy. And actually, after this all happened, Al Capone was he had to go speak in front of, what is it? You know where they question you, interrogate you? Mm-hmm. But it's like the Senate that does it, or like congressmen?
He was put on court. He was questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't go to jail for this, obviously. He did eventually go to jail.
5 Points Gang.
The 5 Points Gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna punch people. Who came up with these names? Mine would be called Ruckus or something. Or the Chi-Chi Club or something. For Chihuahuas. Okay, but then I just want to give a little tidbit. Capone, a lot of people think Capone died of syphilis, and he did have syphilis, but Capone died of a heart attack in prison. Mm. He was eventually put in prison. He died in 1948 of a heart attack, and he did have untreated syphilis, and he had to go get treatment because basically if you don't treat syphilis, you can go like insane. Mm-hmm. And he did go insane because he never got it treated. He could have, but he fucking chose not to. Isn't that weird?
He knew he had it?
He knew he had it. He knew he had syphilis. He got syphilis because his first job, or one of his first jobs, was a bouncer at a brothel, and he got it from the brothel. So he'd had it for like a really long time. So that's my Happy Valentine's Day!
Yay!
That's why I did it.
Yeah. So just saying hi to everybody that has come on.
Yeah.
Glad to have you along. Our paranormality folks are here too. Check them out because you can find a bunch of really cool podcasts on their website and their Instagram page, and they promote us. And if you have one, join us. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I was gonna say is that Al Capone was haunted in jail by somebody that
he killed.
Yeah, somebody that he killed.
Yeah, I fucking believe that.
And I think that they thought that it was probably the syphilis that was doing it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he
that's
did.
True too.
But he would always talk to like the ghost of somebody.
Dude, there really could have been a ghost there.
There could have been a
ghost.
I
wonder if anybody ever found out. Okay, maybe that can be another story. The Chicago mob? Oh, the 5-point gang was when he was younger. Thank you, Zargenfrued. It's whenever he was younger, and then when he was older, I think it was the Chicago Mob. You knew it. You said the mob.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that you were asking what a group of gangsters was called.
What's a gaggle of geese?
A gaggle?
Oh! I asked it wrong.
Dork, you knew exactly what that was. Cool story, man.
Yeah, it was fun. It's different. It's for Valentine's Day because I love everybody.
Because nothing says love like murder by a gangster.
Yeah.
Only if you're real hardcore and real bad to the bone.
Oh, so we're being told that he actually had a ton of different gang names, but he had a few. Yeah, he's a big boss.
He's kind
man,
of a big
dude.
deal.
He's like,
people name their dogs after that guy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like a Robin Hood and gave back to people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he took care of his people. I don't think that's how gangs really usually worked back then. I think they were pretty much bullies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they were probably pretty mean. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, dude.
You're welcome, everybody.
I have
It's your
some.
turn.
I don't really have anything that creepy to talk about. I'm just going to talk about different things that they do for Valentine's Day in different countries. I was going to talk about. I think it's pronounced Lupercalia, but I'm pretty sure that everybody's doing that right now.
What is it?
And also, I've read conflicting things about it. So, Lupercalia,
hiccups.
Rutro, is a ancient Roman tradition or holiday that's celebrated like on February 15th. Look at the little guy, he's here. Thank you for that. And it's where they had this ceremony and they sacrificed a goat and they sacrificed a dog.
Oh, no.
I know. Like, who wants to hear
monsters.
that? Right. And then they whipped women and crops and...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and so I think some people thought that this was what came out of Valentine's Day, like that's where it was from.
Oh my God.
But there's a lot of different conflicting like historical accuracies about that. And so I wasn't going to bring that up, but it's a very interesting topic, and I encourage you to listen to the Witchy Woman podcast episode. It's episode 59, and she talks about it and she goes into more detail, but it's really cool. So I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day traditions.
Cool, dude.
In different countries, and they're pretty fun. I think that there's some places that I would like to celebrate this in.
Okay.
So the first one I'm going to talk about is in South Korea. And actually in South Korea, every 14th day of the month, they celebrate love.
Oh,
I know, right?
That's really cute.
It's really sweet. But the month of February and March are the biggest holidays. And on February 14th, women give men chocolates. Mm-hmm. And on March 14th, it's called White Day, and men give the women chocolates. And here's the kicker.
Okay.
There's an April 14th, and it's called Black Day.
Okay.
And it's to celebrate the singles who didn't get any chocolates.
Aww. So who gives them chocolate?
Nobody gives them chocolate.
Oh, what happens?
All your single friends get together, and you go out and eat black noodles.
Aww.
So it's fun.
It's like Valentine's Day.
Yeah. But I think that's nice to include it.
Dude, it's cool.
Yeah. Then there's Denmark. And in Denmark, they do something where they, your secret admirer, like usually the masculine or the man or whoever decides to be that, whoever has a crush on somebody writes them the other person a poem. And they do it in a secret way, and it's usually kind of funny and it rhymes, and they give it to the person. They give it to the person they have a crush on secretly. And all they have to identify themselves are little dot marks for your name. So like mine would be 5 because I generally sign my name Becky.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep. And then, so then the other thing, this is so weird, and I couldn't figure out why, but if the love interest guesses correctly who sent them the note, they get an Easter egg from that person. And then if they don't guess correctly, they owe the person an Easter egg. Specifically an Easter egg.
Well, is it just dyed egg, or is it like the plastic eggs that you put shit in?
Probably either one.
I just want a regular egg.
If it can be a little bit soft in the
a
middle.
little soft maybe, and then if we could soak it in some of that shit that you soaked the eggs in the other day. She made these like ramen, and then she made the eggs like ramen. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it was so good. It's the best thing I've ever had.
The secret is tamari sauce,
mm-hmm.
and it can be soy sauce. That's just all I had. Ginger and garlic, and then just you boil your egg,
mm-hmm.
you dunk it in that,
mm-hmm.
peeled of course.
Oh my god!
And you just set it in the fridge for like at least 45 minutes.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Listen, I'm gonna write a poem right now.
Oh,
it's the poem that I would have done.
Okay,
go
for it.
I had it a second ago. It was gonna be like, I like you very much, especially your butt. Yum yum yum. That's what I would say. And I'd be like,
who is it? Who do you think did that?
They'd be like, you dumb bitch. Yeah. They'd be like, this is the worst poem ever. Okay, do you have a poem?
Oh man, no, they're just all sad.
Oh.
I have a book of poetry if you want me. I'm just kidding, I don't. But no, I don't have any poems that I can spat off the top of my head, but I can tell you about another tradition. In Estonia, they just celebrate Friends Day on February 14th.
Aww. Yeah, friends are so important. We don't give enough credit.
It's true.
To friends versus intimate partners. Mm-hmm. Because our intimate partners can be friends too, but then there's... You know what? It's just too complicated. I can't even. Because people are so different with relationships now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even define them.
I mean...
We can't put them all in, like, where we used to put them all.
I don't know what that means, man. I just don't know.
I think I'm a little drunk.
I'm a little high.
Okay.
So we can't talk about existential weird shit right now.
I know.
So I'm gonna move on. So in Wales, they do something very adorable. They celebrate a Valentine's day on January 25th, which is our father's birthday.
Oh.
Shout out. By men giving women hand-carved wooden spoons.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And so they'll give it to the woman that they're interested in. And there is symbolism and hidden clues carved or attached. And historically, wood carving was a very important skill to have as a man. And so this was an indication of what your skills were. And so that was not only to impress the woman or person that you love, but also to impress their father of your wood carving skills. Okay.
Oh, no.
Like how much time are you willing to put into this little piece of wood to make a spoon for my wife?
Uh-huh.
Or for my daughter. Sorry. For my daughter.
Okay.
Are you worthy? Like, you put in this much effort, that means something to me.
Yeah. I like cooking. I'd be like, that wooden spoon is a good idea. You can make a lot of good stuff with wooden spoons.
Yeah, and they're mostly decorative. Like, they're so delicate you
can't cook with them?
Yeah.
We grew up with a wooden spoon.
We sure did. Yeah. So sailors would often start whittling them and develop their skills whenever they were out at sea.
Mm.
Yeah. And some of the common figures or symbols in the spoons were a horseshoe for luck, a cross for faith, bills for marriage, heart for love, a wheel. This is sweet. A wheel that symbolizes supporting a loved one, and a lock for security. And then they also would, if they were really skilled, they would carve or apply in some form or fashion a caged portion of it, and they would put in little balls. I don't know what they were made out of, I guess wood. And that was to represent how many children they wish that they would have together.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's so cute.
Oh, no.
No, could you imagine being in love with somebody and they'd be like, I hope that you and me have 3 children together.
That sounds like a nightmare. I don't want 3 children. I don't want children.
Well, I imagine something that, who knows? Maybe they had a conversation about it and maybe they didn't.
I would hope so.
We would hope that they would have a conversation about that, but we just don't know.
We just don't know.
We just don't know.
But if a man gave me a spoon with the little balls in it, I'd be like, no.
7.
I'd be like, oh! I'd burn it. And I'd be like, they're all dead.
Bye. No, thank you.
It's not happening.
Please leave.
Ruckus, jeez.
Yeah. So another thing I'm going to talk about is, this isn't a tradition in France, but it's something that used to happen in France, and this is kind of fucked up. But all the single people would get out on their street, and they would have like a lottery. And so if you weren't paired off with somebody on your street, they would put your single name into a hat, and they would match you with a woman. So I guess just the men kind of got to choose.
Okay.
I don't know why they would need the hat. But so they were like, here you're with the bee from 253 or whatever that show was called.
Okay.
You're with that woman down that street, and you're with that woman, you're with that woman. And if the men didn't like the women, they were just like, I'm out. And they just left the women there for somebody else to claim. They were just a prize to win. This doesn't happen anymore, by the way.
It sounds really awful.
It is really awful. But what the women would do, especially if they were pissed off, is they would light a bonfire and throw photos of the men who spurned them. They threw their shit in there, their clothes, and then they would assault the men, like physically or verbally.
Oh, that's not good.
They don't do this anymore.
Okay.
So that's...
Do you know what year they quit doing
the best.
it?
No.
Dang, I want to know, like, when did that stop? What a weird thing.
What if it was like the 80s?
Yeah, maybe it was.
It may have been.
Jeez,
who knows?
That's interesting.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore.
I think I'm breathing really hard. I think it's the wine. Like,
oh my word.
Oh,
I'm flushed.
I'm so relaxed. I think I'm breathing really hard. I'm sorry, everybody.
So in Slovenia, they have. I'm gonna murder this, and I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna try.
You did a really good job of Slovenia.
Thank you. It's Gregor Živo or Hivo. I don't know how they pronounce the J's, but it's a different day that is celebrated in lieu of February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Okay.
That was fucking hard. So it's celebrated on March 11th, and it is linked with an old custom that is like springtime is coming.
Okay.
They see that the birds are getting married and spring is coming. And so this is more like, this isn't individual love. I think it's love for the season of change.
Okay.
Because what they'll do is they will send lights down the river called the Cockera River.
Okay.
And it illuminates the whole canyon, and like their city can overlook that.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
Doesn't that sound beautiful? Yeah. And then they'll send, on the eve of this holiday, they'll send little boats that have candles in them to float down the river as to say farewell to winter, and we're welcoming spring with warmth.
That's cute,
and
dude.
light. That's sweet, isn't it?
It is. I hope everything's biodegradable.
Oh, definitely. They care about their river. They don't want to gunk it up with shit.
I do.
For sure. So. Yeah. In Iraq, they have the Feast of Love.
Okay.
And so just what I read about this holiday is that it's very hard for couples or for people to show affection in public. Mm-hmm. And so the thought of celebrating love is like, I don't want to say perverted, but it is difficult to do in public. And I think that some of the young people are trying to change that. But what they do in lieu of public display of affection and buying stuff is they will have the Feast of Love. And that's where they decorate red apples to represent the original love story of Adam and Eve. And they'll decorate the apples and they'll put little cloves in them and make them look all cute. And this is supposed to be, the apple is supposed to represent bringing prosperity and love.
That's cool, dude.
That's sweet.
Yeah, in that area, never mind.
Mm-hmm. The other place
get it wrong. I was gonna be like, so.
You never know sometimes.
Yeah, no.
I got this out of the internet.
Oh, no, it just made me think of the 70s because, like, in the 70s, women, it was a different culture, right? Mm-hmm. And women dressed like Western, like the Western women dress. Because we're over here. And then, like, they wore makeup and everything. Like, they were very fashionable. Mm-hmm. And then there was a change. And then all that kind of went away. I mean, it's kind of like they're slowly coming back, maybe. Maybe a younger generation's going to change everything.
Maybe.
Like, our younger generation. Hey, guys.
Shout out to y'all.
I know you're not listening.
Changing things,
yeah.
man.
Everybody here is our age. But those young kids, man, they're going to change the world.
Yeah, they are in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Let's be on board for that.
They're cool.
Yeah, we like those kids. I am so excited to pronounce this because I think I can do it.
Okay.
All right, so this is from Guatemala.
Yeah.
And it is called Dia del Cariño. Fuck, I fucked it up.
I think you did
Dia
good.
del Cariño. Okay. It is known as Affection Day.
I was going to say, let me take a shot at it.
Go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
No, let's try it.
No, you know I'm really bad.
You can't probably read my handwriting, but
Dia del Cariño.
Good job.
Dia del Cariño.
You did it.
You did a really good job.
And that is Affection Day. And it is a celebration of love for friends, for family. It is celebrating the spirit of love in general. And the emphasis is to express this love and affection rather than giving gifts. And so it celebrates love of everybody. Like, you just get to sit down and tell your friend, like, I really appreciate you for being there, and my life would be different without you. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's just not a lot of representation for different love for your friends and stuff like that in our culture, it seems like.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the Philippines, this is my last one, by the way. This is kind of the cutest one.
Okay.
So in the Philippines, it's celebrated as a regular holiday. But the cool thing is that marriage is a big deal in the Philippines. I think that their religion is primarily Christianity, but it's expensive to get married. And so what they'll do in some cities or municipalities, woo, that was hard.
You did
right
really good.
now.
Rural areas.
Should have just said that.
The rural
areas. Jurors. They will offer free of charge weddings. And it's just like everybody gathers in one place. You have hundreds of couples, somebody just on a loudspeaker being like, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
That's cool.
So a lot of people have wedding days as February 14th, but there's a lot of families out there, like they've been together for years and they have children and stuff like that, but then they officiate it that way because they can't afford to do like an elaborate wedding or anything like that.
That's cool,
and they do
man.
it for free.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
We could do that. All we have to do is get certified. I'm a lot of breath from the wine I had. Woo! All we have to do you get out of breath from wine?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like
and this is our second day having wine.
Oh
I usually don't drink.
Yeah, I just don't drink a lot. It's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
I used to be able to drink a bottle by myself.
Yeah, in like one day?
Yeah.
I used to too.
You know, but that's what I meant. Like in one sitting.
By myself alone.
Yeah.
I can't.
One time I didn't even, No. One time I didn't even have a glass. I just took the fucking bottle. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it classy. I don't even know what I was saying. I was so out of breath I couldn't say it.
Something about the Philippines, Valentine's Day.
Oh, we could do that. we just have to become the people that do it, that do marriage shit.
Yeah, but like the licensing fee.
Yeah, you just do it. Yeah, fuck it.
I
think it's free. You can register online.
To get married.
I'm gonna fucking marry a bunch of y'all. How about that?
Who wants Lindsey to perform at her?
We'll do it live.
Like, what are you gonna say? Marriage.
Marriage.
Over a loudspeaker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Sorry, everybody.
We think we're funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that I have.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Then that's the show. So, thanks for sharing the different, like, traditions. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this wasn't really a paranormal podcast today.
You're right.
Sorry about that, everybody. It usually is, for those of
Yeah.
you who are new. But we just did something different because it's the, theme thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, if you have a paranormal story that you would like for us to share, we would love to. Would love to share it with everybody else so they would know they aren't alone. You can send that to ihaveastrangestorypodcast@gmail.com and we'll be happy to share it. You can send it to us on Instagram or Facebook as well. That's all I have to say because those are my lines for this part of the podcast.
Yeah, and subscribe, rate, and review us. If you give us a review, please give us a nice review. Take a snapshot of it and send it to our email address with your mailing address, and we will mail you some stickers.
If those of you who are watching, my head is so much bigger than Becky's.
Let's just say goodbye and
Okay.
stop recording.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we're